Good evening all, hope we are doing well. Welcome. I've just been laughing at a message before we came on there. Right, hope we're all doing well. Welcome to Affinity Racing, round number 6 of the British Heart Foundation GT3 Championship. We're at Bathurst this week and it is going to be a good one. However, as Adam says, he can't stop crashing. And I think we are very much going to be the same. I'm actually going to head out onto, at this point, yeah, we'll jump onto the soft tyres now. Actually, no, we will not. We're going to jump back out onto the mediums. We're going to try and get a few running laps in now before we head into qualifying. Now, unfortunately today, I have not managed to get any, and I genuinely do mean any, practice in. I have only just got onto this about 10 minutes ago, and haven't completed yet a full lap. Cheech, how we doing? Hope we're all good. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Adam's saying he can't stop crashing. I don't know if that's on a certain set of tyres or if it is the lot, because this is a pretty tricky track. I did, however, try and do a little run. The first lap out was on the hard tyres, and that was very, very difficult. Similar setup, this one to the manufacturer's event that we had recently. Or it might have actually been a daily race, but either way we did pretty well around here in the Corvette. But that was a different balance of power to what this will be. Now, that McLaren awfully slow on a straight line. But mega everywhere else. So where we make up our time typically on the straights in this thing. And we do go fairly well at Bathurst in the Corvette. But it is still definitely a challenge. Lucy, how we doing? Had a go last night and was so slow. I'm sure you'll get there. But plenty more practice. Tell Adam you need the wheel for a few more days. Right, this is now actually going to be our first push lap. John going pretty quick there, 2:03. Under this balance of power, I'm actually not sure what a decent lap time should, you know, like sort of peak lap time in terms of quality on the softs. Normally you're aiming to get down to kind of like 2:02s, 2:01s. But that is on the balance of power that it puts for this circuit on the dailies, which I think is high speed balance of power. But you don't get that in the lobbies, in the private lobbies. You just get the generic balance of power for all. Definitely slippery, yeah. Not that much grip. You learn the lesson of that one pretty quick when you're out on the hard tyres. Right, 203.8 out on the mediums then. Not too bad. I don't know if John has set that current fastest lap on the mediums or if that's on the soft. I'm not too sure. I'll try and go a little bit quicker on this one. There's Larry with a 203.2. 4/10 quicker. That is very much what we're trying to avoid in the race. Got to be a bit more sensible than that. Haha! Yes. Fantastic. Alrighty. Only 10 seconds lost, is that it? Haha! Ken, how we doing? Hope we're all good, buddy. Yeah, you tuned in at the right time. There'll be plenty more of this throughout the stream, I'm sure. Plenty more spins and bins. Keep your foot in. Go, go, go. Let's also not make that mistake going into the pits. Oh dear, oh dear. We've not managed a clean lap yet. This is going to be interesting. Yeah, there is wet line and dry line. I don't think you see too much of that at the moment. I think just the whole track. I think this must be set to sunrise. The whole track is not quite as gripped up. But I think the way that it'll work in the race is that the racing line will or should grip up after a little while. But you definitely see a big difference when you have the wet weather rain and it starts to dry up. You really start to see a really clear racing line defined based on where everyone's been. So that side of things is very, very realistic. A lovely 5-second penalty. I think we'll be about to head into quali now. I don't think we'll have enough time to try and complete a push lap. Plenty of them to be done in the next 15 minutes though, before we go into the race. Larry's set at 202.5. There we go. That's where we want to be. But we were a second off that on the mediums. Not too bad for a couple of laps. Oh! Slight snap there. That's a killer. Oh, straight into the wall as well. Oh, it gets better. It gets better. It's alright, we're not going to finish the lap anyway. It's all good. Sometimes I miss Gran Turismo. I do love it. I've gotten so used to it that my problem is navigating to other sims and platforms is then the one that sort of like proves the challenge and takes a bit of motivation to do. And the problem being is Gran Turismo is the easiest of the lot. So I know that that's definitely my problem. We'll try and get, as we see the track's now actually a lot drier now for quali, so we might see that sort of dynamic track conditions in the race. I'm not actually too sure what we've got it set to. I don't believe it has rain on this track, so I'm not expecting rain around here. We're going to absolutely fly around these first couple of laps, push laps and whatnot. Get some banker laps in, get ourselves onto a fresh set, low fuel, and away we go. Right now is about burning that fuel, making the car as light as we can. John's actually going to let us past, fair play. John being our teammate, of course, hence why he's in the same looking car. And I was just talking to John before we came on about strategies and stuff. I'm kind of undecided at the moment. Carlos just letting Brian pass there. We're going to follow suit. Went back to Gran Turismo a little while ago. Yeah, it's one of those where all of the sims you will, I think, get used to and get better at. You know, for example, ACC, when I kind of jump on there and assume I'll be as good on there as I am, or as fine on there as I am as Gran Turismo, when you try and really push the track limits or abuse the track limits in a way that Gran Turismo allows you to, or kind of take as much curb as Gran Turismo might allow you to, ACC being completely different, and then the same again over there. There'll be places where you can take the mick a little bit, and then Gran Turismo, it just, you know, flips the car upside down or whatever it does. And actually it's about just finding the limits of the game and the console and the sim itself, I guess. But then Gran Turismo is definitely built on a more plug-in and play kind of, you know. I sat for 10 minutes on ACC realising you had to actually start the car. Never had to consider that when it came to Gran Turismo, ever. And I think the other sims from scratch are a bit more of a steeper learning curve than Gran Turismo, definitely. And it's built that way. It's built to be a little bit more, I don't know if accessible is the right word, but if you fancy a bash at a racing game, you're probably not going to be... ACC is probably not going to be your first port of call, is it? Right, first push lap. No worries, Ken. Catch you in a little bit. Or catch you back here, hopefully, in a little bit. Ooh. Nearly missed that one. Go, go, go. All good, all good. Wonderful. Right, let's get our first push lap in here. Oh, that was our first push lap. Have I been talking all that time and not realised? Right, we'll go provisional pole in that case then. How didn't I realise that? Losing track of where I'm at, I think. Right, see if we can close the Brian a little bit there. Up in front, because if we can tag a slipstream around here, that'll be rather splendid. Oh, 4/10 up. Please don't be track limits there, hopefully. Now, we didn't get as good an exit as we could have done down here. Onto the brakes a little bit earlier. Power a bit earlier. Not quite close enough to Brian to grab a slipstream, I don't think. Five tenths up, good stuff. We'll definitely cross the line with this one as well then. We'd be daft not to. Oh, very nearly. Went too far. Is this going to be a 6/10 improvement? That's what we need. I was going to say we need 6/10 or more there, just over, to catch the Larry, and we're 15 thousandths off his time. Right, we push again. But we'll come into the pits end of this lap, I think, unless we seem to be wildly ahead of our time. We're a tenth up there. I think we do now have the slipstream from Brian, however. He's going to get held up a bit, I think, by someone in front of him. Just managed, I think that was Larry there. We just managed to avoid him there. All good. Right, keep our foot planted here. We've got to push this one now. Oh, I lift a little bit. And replant again. Go, go, go. Right, we're up by about half a tenth. But now we do absolutely have a lovely slipstream from Brian here, which has got to put us a little further ahead in terms of our time. 2.5 tenths, we've got to go for it. We'll cross the line, get this one in the bag, I would say. Be a little silly not to for this one. Oh, almost down to the 2:02s. Right, into the pits we come, which is only going to give us one push lap, I think. Into the pits this lap. Was not expecting to be pushing for pole position. Carlos and Adam still to put in, I would say, their best laps. most probably. Ken's back. How are we doing, buddy? In the meantime, we put in 2 pretty banging laps for pole position, so all going well so far. Right, into the pits we come. Right, Larry's looking threatening for pole position. Larry's in the Merc, I think. Long pit stop here, though. Not as much time lost as you would think with the slight sort of corner cut that you do into the pit lane, but right, we might try and get ourselves or we might be able to get ourselves 2 push laps in here. If we manage to take the checkered flag or get across this line, sorry, I should say, before 2:02, 2:03, we should realistically be able to finish our first push lap before the checkered flag and have the option and ability to go for another. That's what we're hoping for. Got to be taking it easy, pretty easily down here though. This will be close here. Can we take the checkered flag before 2:02? We just want to have enough time to get another push lap in afterwards. Otherwise we all bank it on this lap. We are just going to have enough time. We've probably timed this one as closely as we can do. And as well as we can there. I have then made a mistake straight into turn 1 though. Adam's setting a 2:02.1. There you go. He's going to go for another lap, I presume. And probably improve on that one. We're 2:10 sub. Come on. This has to be the lap realistically. Freshest of fresh tyres. Great, as I would have liked up there. That's better though. Possibly lost some time on that exit there. Slightly too tight a line, I think. We were about 4 tenths up there, I think. Oh, where are we going to be here? Still 4.5 tenths. Oh, this is beautiful. Please. Please stop. Pretty much perfect that lap, I would say. 2:01. Yes. After all that though, we only actually improved our time. We must have been well down on our lap there. Oh, the final sector we lost. The final sector we lost 3 and a bit tenths. Wow. How did we lose so much time in the final sector? I have no idea. That is a huge chunk of time though. That's going to be too wide. That was going to be track limits as well. Ah, no. Right, this is where we have to hope then that nobody improves on their time, or if they do, it's not enough. We've got to keep an eye on Adam here. Just stressing now, making sure that Adam doesn't improve on his time. How has Larry gone and done that? Oh man, look at that. We lost so much time in our last sector on the previous lap there. Oh no. He's gone and done it. He's beaten us by 2 and a bit tenths. Impressive. Nicely done, Larry. Bad exit out of Forest Elbow. Which one's that? Is that the bottom of the hill or no? I actually don't know the corner names for this track. I don't know the corner names for many tracks, to be fair. Other than that one or that last corner. As I drive through it. Right, come on then. We start P2. This is probably the closest chance this season we will get for a race win. Go. Go. Trying to hang round the outside for turn 1. Go, 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 go. Hairpin out at the bottom of the mountain onto the straight. Yeah, well, as we passed the next sector, though, that still said we were like 4 and a bit tenths up. But definitely a weird sector to have lost so much time in. Just need to be good on the mediums round here though. Which is going to be one of the hardest parts. Go! Xenophon, how we doing? Hope we're all good. Look at this, Larry, lightning pace on this opening lap here. Let's go, definitely. This is our best chance of being able to get a race win for this season of the championship. We haven't had one in a long time now. Larry's done it. He's binned it. Well, he hasn't binned it, sorry. He's just run off. We're going to have that into turn 1. And along the rather short pit straight for Bathurst. Good stuff. We keep trying to pull this gap on this straight here with having the better exit. Right now it's John that has been the absolute hero in all of this, our teammate. Damon Punterino. Ooh. For this round. He suggested our strategy, which is what I'm going to go with. Sadly, not had enough time to really put much practice and race runs into this one. But still familiar enough with it from the previous manufacturer's rounds. Trying to take it easy through here. Oh, here we go. Trying to make sure we do not bin it. Here comes Larry though. Here he comes. To the outside he goes, which will put him to the inside for this one here. You give the space, puts him alongside. He's most definitely going to try and go deep into this corner. We're on the outside. Fantastic, fantastic racing in this final sector of Bathurst. And here we go, we do it all again for another lap. This is going to be a mega race. We got 29 laps of this. I've got to go for it. We dodge to the inside. This is costing us time, but it's so much good fun. Oh, bit of contact. We're all good, we're all good, we're all good. Right, he's going to be on us again now. Right, Right, we can see John P3 as well. Billy Bob, how we doing, buddy? As tight as we can to the apex. I was thinking he was going to hang it around the outside there, but we both go onto the same racing line instead. Well, it wasn't the racing line, but we both end up going to the inside a bit there. Right, all this scrapping definitely costing us time, but it ain't half good fun. Bit of contact there. I think you can see the difference between where I'm braking and where Larry is braking on the soft tyres. I think he's on the soft tyres. Whereas of course I'm on the mediums, braking a touch earlier. So basically, we need to do all 3 tyre compounds. Fuel depletion is alright enough to get sort of 12-13 laps a stint. So we're going to do 12 laps on the mediums, 12 on the softs. Depending on their performance, we might go 1 or 2 more if we can do, depending on where we're at for fuel. And then the remaining on the hards, which will be about 4 or 5 laps. Which that is the strategy that John has basically given me. And that's the strategy, therefore, that I'm going with. Larry's binned it. No, Larry, no, 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 no. Oh, we were absolutely set on for a mega race. The entire race there. Right, it's John behind us, though. This is looking like we could be on for a 1-2 at the moment. Which would be our first of the season. John predicted it, to be fair. I'm sure he did. Although I'm sure he was joking, but we'll absolutely be taking it if we can do. He's got Brian right behind him though, so that's a lot of work. We are just focusing on keeping it together. Famous last words on an Affinity Racing stream. We know what happens after that. We bin it straight into the wall. Normally. Is not what we're trying to do here. .2 is our gap at the moment. Decent pace as things stand. Right, Greg's gone into the pits. Not Greg, sorry. Larry has gone into the pits. So I presume he's had damage from that previous lap there. Putting it into the wall. He will be devastated because starting on pole, the race win is as good as yours round here. If you're starting on pole, you've got a very good chance. We do have to say 29 laps of Bathurst is quite the challenge. .7 hour gap though. John might be doing us a favour and just going ultra defensive to keep those guys behind. To make sure we both get the 1-2. Coming up to a third of the way through the race. Picture and sound all good. Good stuff, James. Thanking you. I hope we're all doing good, buddy. How come you're not racing tonight? How come you're not in this one? You're normally a fan of Bathurst, aren't you? That is so lucky not to be damaged there. Too busy trying to take the direct racing line that I'm taking the as the crow flies line, which unfortunately for them, they have wings, and that is over the wall. Not through it like I just tried to. Ferrari a death trap round here. Oh, I see. Would Ferrari have been your car, James? Is that what you're in? Oh, didn't get home in time. Oh, mate, that's a shame. That's no good. You normally do alright round here, I think, don't you? Grandad's car. Oh, Ferrari got you. How come the Ferrari's so bad then? What's wrong with it round here? I would have thought it would have been one of the safer cars. It's only really well planted out of the corners. snap up the mountain. I don't remember it having that sort of characteristic, to be honest. I'm possibly thinking of the Group 4 Ferrari though, because the Group 4 458 is really well planted and really quite easy to drive. So maybe I'm getting mixed up with the categories there in terms of how I remember the car. GT3 458 to work out. Oh well, sounds like I'm lucky to not be in it. Map 2 go along. I think we're going to be alright, to be honest with you. We're going to do 13 laps probably on the mediums here. We'll probably try and aim for the same on the softs, I'd have thought. And then only a couple of laps on the hards. Our pace is good. We're making up good progress and flying forward. That, however, will be a penalty. Definitely. Yeah. Okay, half-second penalty. Hopefully nothing too much to worry about as we have a decent gap, but doesn't make things easy. .6 seconds the gap, drops to below 6, down to mid 5s now after that penalty. Carlos has dropped down the order. Oh, actually, yeah, where is Carlos at? Wonder if he's had a bit of a mistake somewhere. John's doing well to keep Adam behind though, and Brian and Rico there in P5. I don't imagine it's too far behind them, off their tail. Rico, as we know, racing in VR as well. I think I would be feeling a bit ill if I'd done a 1 hour race in VR. I'd feel a bit ill after 1 lap around here, to be fair. I only managed half a lap of the Nürburgring before I was before I waved the white flag on VR. Can manage it a little bit better now, race a little bit longer, but I still start to feel a little bit ill, feel travel sick, and yet I haven't moved We're doing alright so far. Larry on the charge, definitely. He's going to climb his way back up the grid. That early pit stop will hinder him because he started on the soft tyres, and he's going to need to either go extra long on the medium and hard tyres, or he's going to have to try and do an extra stint and make the time back up. And I was discussing that with John before the race, but as John said, the tyre wear is just not enough to justify or increase the overall race time. Right, depending how we're doing for fuel, we might be able to get one extra lap in here. So we will do where we can save fuel to make sure we can do 13 laps on the mediums. We've got to do it without losing time though. Right, we might not quite have enough yet to justify or allow ourselves the extra lap. So we'll come into the pits now. Into the pits we come. Try and get our braking zone right here. Let's not mess this up. Go. Right, I'm actually going to go on to... Yeah, we go on to the soft tyres. We go on to the soft tyres. Instead of trying to second guess. Instead of second guessing how many laps we can do on the softs, we just run again here until we run out of fuel. We have just had enough to do an extra lap though, so we might be able to do 13 on the softs. Here we go. Here we go. Moment of truth. We'll see where we come out. Hopefully not into traffic. That's going to be the main decider here. Oh, fortunately, we are very lucky here. Right, Adam is 20 seconds up the road. Brian 10 from him. Let's push. Let's go. So we've lost probably about 25 seconds, I think that is, in the pits. Total lost time there. Right, we'll aim to try and get 13 laps out of these. So pit lap 25. 19 seconds to Adam. Into the pits he comes. He has done though This is important now. This is important. He has done the extra lap. He has managed to eke out the extra lap of fuel. Right, so this is where it does get interesting, because he might have had a 5 second or so gap, but if we need to do 2 extra laps on the hards, which are 2 and a bit laps, 2 and a bit seconds slower per lap, he can easily make that back. Let's see what this gap is now when he comes out. Larry, ironically, the next person behind us. As James says as well, Larry will be on the charge. Right, Larry currently managing to get the jump on our teammate John, but I think that Larry, by the time he goes into the pits again, I don't think he's going to be able to make that now new strategy that he's had to go for, given the damage on lap 1, or the early laps. He will lose time eventually, either having to do more laps than he wants to on the hard tyres, or having to just pit again. We just got to keep an eye on Larry's pace though, because he is closing to us. And it's obviously a good marker as to how we're doing overall. We are naturally going to use a little bit more fuel as well on the soft tyres. Oh, 5.5 to Larry. He is definitely closing in. Sets the fastest lap as well of a 2:02. Can he manage to maintain that though? I definitely can't get too comfortable here. 5.5 the gap. 0.7, 0.6. Up and down with each corner that we go through. Really trying to short shift as early as possible here as well. We're about a second a lap slower than what Larry has put in there as the fastest lap. 10 laps of fuel remaining. We've done 3. We're on to our 4th. Can we manage 13 laps on here? Aiming to pit lap 25, gives us 4 laps left to do. On the hard tyres. Larry will pit in 4 laps, do you reckon? He's definitely closing to us though, he'll be looking at that gap. Has he had to serve a penalty there? He has. He's had to serve a penalty. Either that or he's binned it again, but it looked like it was on the penalty line. We started to gain to him, or where he started to lose to us. And the good job is he's that gap's now all the way up to 9 seconds and he's still not lost a place. So the next position is a fair way from us at the moment, which is really, really good news. Larry pits now. Oh my god, he's on the soft tyres, he's pitted now. So he's got his 12 laps done. 5 laps before he got damage. Carlos, look, going very, very long though. Carlos onto the mediums now. So unless Carlos started on the hard tyres, he's managed 17 laps on the mediums. I'm not too sure what his strategy is. I'm guessing he's done 17 laps on the mediums because he's at 0%. Blue flag's waving as we start to catch up to some back markers now. Nearly messed that one up. Right, a lot of time lost there, come on. Silly mistake, that one. Right, Adam is next position, 11 seconds up the road, or down the road. He's going to be moving in on our time very, very quickly. We're going to gain it on the straights. More than likely. Less is more, definitely. We're just keeping in the nice steady sort of 203s for our race pace there, which is not too bad. We'll have a nice slipstream here as well, I think. Oh, connection not the best here. We're going to have to get round. No, 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 no. Oh, that's cost us a lot. That's cost us a lot. I don't know if that cost us about a second there. It has, it has. If Adam beats us by a second, we know where that came from. Just constantly now watching this gap to Adam. 10.2. He's actually gaining on the straights. Keep thinking Adam's in the McLaren, but he's not. He's in the R8, isn't he? Which is also a difficult car. Really difficult car round here especially. Right, this is reckoning we'll get 7 more laps. So we've done 4, 6, We're about to do our 7th. We're aiming still for 13 laps here on the soft tyres. Tyres are good, definitely are. 11 seconds the gap. We're still good. 7/10 quicker on this lap. Steady. Please should say hello to Liv and Ruby. Hello, Liv and Ruby. If you're supporting Adam, I'm not going to be too happy about that, but hopefully you're rooting for us as well. But Adam is P2 and closing in. Hope you're both enjoying it. We just desperately do not want to make a mistake here, or Adam most definitely will have us. Again, keeping a nice steady 203 there. .9 to Adam. Where we inevitably, potentially lose it in terms of time is when we have to go on to the hard tyres. Adam has already managed one extra lap on the mediums, and if we fuel save too much to stay on the soft tyres, well, then we'll be just as slow as we would be on the hards, but it would have been very close if we tried to go another lap on the mediums. So far we're all good still on the softs. Yeah, Adam most definitely on his way to catching us up. He is gaining. He just gained, yeah. I'm trying not to watch him too much, but kind of can't help it. We're going to try and go here to lap 25. 4 more laps. Right, arc in front of us. Into the pits he goes. We're trying to nab a little bit of a slipstream off him. Probably lost more time than that was ever going to be worth. I've gained now. Yeah, it's back and forwards depending on where we are in the lap, isn't it? It's going to be pretty close, this one. Hard to predict. Hopefully we're still on for a 1-2 as well. Trying to see how John is getting on. Slight gap there to Adam, I think, but he did come in the same lap as me, so him and Adam also on different strategies. Big gap between Adam and John, yeah. Just trying to have a look on the radar there. Hopefully John can catch up. As the sun comes out. What's happened? What's happened? What's happened? Adam's binned it. Adam's binned it. Oh, has he served a penalty? What's happened? We've got a 20-second gap now, which is to John. Adam's down to P3. I wonder if Lucy can tell us what's happened to Adam. We are all good at the moment, if that is the case. Adam into the pits. He's definitely had a bit of a bump into the wall or something, hasn't he? And got himself some damage. Into the pits he goes. 32% fuel. He wouldn't be pitting now at all without good reason or need to. Alright, this has just livened us up a little bit as well, hasn't it? He binned it. Oh no. No, no, no. As far as this one goes for us at the moment, we've driven the perfect race, and that right there is the ultimate commentator's curse. So how many laps before we bin it from now, do we think? Carlos gaining as well, P4 for him. Right, we're going to try and play it safe. We're going to try and get another 3 laps here So we'll try and pit lap 24, 25, end of 26. Oh, yes, Eddie. Haha, give it a lap or two, then Affinity moment. You know the score, Stu. Highly likely. Highly likely. Just trying to save a little bit of fuel, make sure that we definitely have enough to get this extra lap in as well. Well, in fact, actually extra 2 laps. So we've done a pretty decent job here. Sorry, extra 1 lap. Yeah, we've done a pretty decent job here of managing to fuel save so well. Right, John goes into the pits. Larry already on the hards, yeah. He's 41 seconds gap there. Obviously that will close once we go into the pits. Oh, come on. Right, we're taking a slight gamble here. We're just going to have to make sure that we make this work. Across the line just with 1 lap of fuel estimated remaining. Yeah, we're going to box end of this lap. Oh, come on. This is the lap where we're saving fuel and taking it easy. Let's not be binning it now. Try and tuck that right into the corner there, right on the camber, as close to the wall as you can. Excellent job, I reckon. Yeah, not too bad so far. Again, though, we've got a couple of laps to do on the hard, which could be pretty tricky. Drive any circuit in real life, which one? It's got to be the Nürburgring, hasn't it? Onto the hard tyres. Yeah, definitely got to say Nürburgring, although I would absolutely love to have a bash around Spa. That would be something pretty special. To be honest, yeah, as everyone's saying there, this one would be... It would be scary, but it would be good. And I cannot understate just how scary it would be. Right, 3 laps to go. Larry's still P2 at the moment. At this rate, he might still get himself a podium. Brands for you, Stu. Yeah, it's a good shout, to be fair. Brands Hatch. Again, that's another scary one. Depending on which car you would be in. If you were in the GT3s, my word, that is more difficult than the Nürburgring at times, that track. And we always talk about it and we say the track punishes you if you get it wrong at Brands, but at least it is grass and gravel for the most part that you're going into at Brands Hatch, which might make it a little bit more bearable. Oh, come on. 2 more laps to go. 2 more laps to go. We can be 9 seconds slower than Larry lapping behind us per lap. And we should be okay. We've been really fortunate in the way that this has worked out. Larry goes into the pits, actually, so there we go. Onto the hard tyres he goes. How many positions is he going to drop? Probably not that many. Potentially not that many. This is the worst time to be on the hard tyres, though. Bit of dampness on the track, it looks like. Not the glorious sun that we had earlier on. Woohoo! Almost. Go, 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 go. Final lap. Final lap. Apart from when we've come into the pits, we've led every lap of this race in one way or another. We were fighting with Larry. I think I might have done one lap behind him, but then we were kind of back and forwards. We overtook each other 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 times between us. And unfortunately for Larry and for us, because it would have been a totally different race and probably a bit more fun and a bit more lively. But unfortunately, Larry had that incident. I think it was on the 4th or 5th lap. We then had Adam closing up to us at a rapid rate. And unfortunately, he also had a mistake. We fortunately have not had one yet. And I'm very surprised because Bathurst is such a tricky track. There you go. We've put it straight into the wall. We're going to be okay though. We are going to be okay. That was good timing. Just as I was about to say, we've been so lucky not to make a mistake or have anything go majorly wrong. We stick it straight into the wall. We've lost a bit of time, but thankfully enough, we are okay. And we carry on to go win this race. What an absolute treat. Not too shabby for a Sunday night. What a race. What a race. Quite clearly, the go-along strategy worked very well for Carlos as well. P2 for him. I'm really hoping here that John can take home the podium. Final step, P3. He's done it. He's done it. He's done it. Oh, he was so close actually as well. He was only a second or so off Carlos for P2 in that one. Nicely done, John. Great race for us, that. Great race. DT, how we doing? Great job in there, mate. Thanking you. Xenophon, thank you. James, thank you. Good drive, thank you, Stu. We didn't have that Affinity moment, so it goes. Happy about that, eh? Happy about that. Jonathan, thank you very much. How did you get on in that one, mate? Well, that for us, I would say we were still lucky in places, but that for us was the ultimate and perfect race, and it doesn't happen very often for us, so I will absolutely be taking that. What a treat. What a treat. Wonderful. Well, there we go. I'm ready to do that all again. That was a mega fun race. Always a challenge at Bathurst. One of my favourite tracks now as well. I really used to hate this track. especially for that downhill section. I always used to think if they just get rid of the downhill section, I'll be alright. But, yeah, really, really happy with that. Oh, in the Lambo, too much handle down the other side. Yeah, tricky car, the Lambo, at the best of times. Never mind at Bathurst or a track like it. Crazy. Larry Sane was lucky to get 4th after a spin and damage. Yeah, that incident on lap 5 for him was pretty much the end of that, I think. Did well to recover though, as he says. But there we go. Not too shabby. Yep, save the replay. We've got it. Good stuff. Well, there we go. Not too bad for a Sunday night. Now, hopefully I will be streaming tomorrow. It might be the first time in a very long time that we don't manage to stream on a Monday night, but we've got very, very good reason. My content studio that is being built literally in the back garden. The whole thing, the actual structure itself, everything is up at the moment. They're doing all the internal works tomorrow, but they have been working until pretty late. They've actually been working until like 8, 9, 10 p.m. and they might work a little bit later now that they're doing the internals. Just that's been their preference on what to do. So it might be the case. I don't want to be streaming just in case I am needed for anything. So there is the chance that I might not be streaming tomorrow, but I will keep you posted. Fingers crossed we can do, and all is good for that. But I'm looking forward to another week of daily races. They've been really, really good the past few weeks, so hopefully we can expect something just as good. And in the next few weeks, we will be down into a new studio, a new office, which I'm also looking forward to. Jolly good. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. That's been one of the best the best British Art Foundation race I think I've ever had. And certainly one of the best in a long time. But definitely, I would say, I think I've won 1 or 2 other races, but that one is definitely up there. Enjoy what is left of your weekend, and I shall hopefully catch you all tomorrow. Toodles!